Hello everybody, welcome back to Just Gaming today. Today we're going to play some more Infinitode 2. I'm going to go ahead and look at level 4.3. So just finishing up 4.2, I figure make these back to back. Try and push towards that Tesla tower and get it unlocked. Oops, hold on, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. So let's take a look at some basics here. Lots of different mining. I'm not going to focus on the mining because obviously this is a level where we're trying to get the gold stars. The gold stars are at 35, 52, and 71. So a little bit farther down the wave cycle than the last one. I think the last one was 68 here. Enemies. We have a lot of enemies. So we have basic, helis. I think these are healers. Armored, strong, weak. And then we get introduced to this one here. I think these are, I forget, tough maybe or something. I forget the name of them. It'll introduce itself as it comes onto the map and it'll tell you a little blurb about it. But what you can do is when you get into the map, you can take a look at each of your towers and see which ones do damage against this one and see if you want to kind of lay down towers that are going to work against all of these. Unfortunately, we do have one flyer. So, you got to kind of plan for that one as well. Quests are playing time and then money spent on towers. We might get the playing time if we get to the gold star. Beyond that, let's check waves here. So there's 121 waves total. Let's check it out. I'm going to go ahead and rebuy the abilities that we had used. You see I've put points into these abilities quite a few now that we have, a lot of different uses of these throughout the game. But you still have to kind of earn that energy back. So earning that energy back is, you kind of can use abilities and then, you got to wait. And then, once you've used all 10, you also got to let them spin up before you can use them too. Now, this map I thought had some challenging, effects for the amount of things coming at us and the variety of things coming at us. I remember this map from a long time ago, and it was challenging the first time I ran it. So we've got these ground units coming at us here. We've got air units with healers and this new unit and the basics. So here, we're going to want to pay attention to, this route here that things are coming. You can see this green route. This green route, we've got things going into the yellow and they're going to come out here. And then this group here is going to come out and go through the blue. So even though it looks like the enemies are going to go down a long pathway, this is deceptively short. So I will say that. Let's look at some freezing paths because the freezing is going to be pretty important on this one. I think maybe here, doing that here, and see, they know you want to put a freezing here. Let's take a look, see. So this is damage. I definitely don't want to do that. I was thinking just here and here, but it doesn't project a lot. We cover, maybe that is the play. Here, and maybe here. Yeah, maybe that is the play. So to begin with, I'm going to put, yeah, it's a problem though, because we're covering this, but we're not covering here. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at, that might be better. So here, and here. So you definitely need to cover this area here, starting point. Let's put one in and let's take a look at what we got. So here we've got the greens are, let's click on a different one here. So here we've got greens, helis, healers, and this guy here. So the freezing tower is good against everything, but let's see here. Not so great. I really am interested in what the minigun's going to do. 100, 100, 150, and 50. So miniguns are quite good over here. Venom, let's see, 150, 0, 100, nothing. So we don't really want Venom towers shooting at these, Venom enemies. That would not be good. So maybe that's a minigun over here. And then I want to check this one too. Now, 100, 100, 125. That's not terrible. And then snipers against the Venom. What is good against the Venom? So cannons, basics. Basics are very good. Ooh, splashes as well. Interesting. And Venom obviously is not very good. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is put a basic in here and have that available just that we can sell it later potentially. Let's put a minigun here for some range. We have 98. Over here, we're going to have all the sniper stuff. We don't have a range anywhere, but I think what I'm going to do is throw a sniper down here. Now, I think it also is going to spit out, yeah, there's going to be enemies coming out of both of these at the same time. That's what's challenging. This is the first map where this has happened. So I've tried to put things more in the middle, so maybe we can do some double work on this. I think my highest priority is probably going to be to get some freezing in here. I'm going to keep things very slow in the beginning, just because, well, coming from both sides, I just want to make sure that I can get this down quickly. Cannon, what does the cannon have here? I don't think a lot, which is okay. Let's go there. Cannon's not half bad against these guys either. I'm going to put a cannon down. I'm not sure that's the best place to have it, though. I'm going to put a cannon down here. Sorry, I know I lost some gold there, but I'm a little nervous about having it on that placement there, just because I want that to be able to kill things. Let's crank it up a little bit. I think I'm going to put a multi-shot here. I'm going to look to put a... I know this is not at the best place for a Venom, but maybe I'm going to put the Venom kind of behind here and it shoots things as they come out. I'm just going to... The problem with having it there is sometimes the mobs are faster than... I'm going to try and get the freeze map down. Forgot about this. Okay, so freezing wise, I'm going to freeze here too. And then let's look at what I need here. This is upgrade. Darn it. Hold. All right, let's upgrade this real quick. I need to get out another sniper. So got a lot of stuff coming this way here. I'll put a Venom here. 158. This is projectile speed. So toxic, that's what they're called. Completely ignores poison damage. Regenerates HP if no damage is received for a few seconds. So they're pretty rough. So what I'm going to do is take a look at adding these splashes. They seem to do a good amount of damage against them. Wow, a lot of them came out too, so that's exciting, maybe. I'm going to put a splash here as well. Let's take a look at what do we want to do with these guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and put in another sniper. We don't need more cold. I think I want another Venom here. All right, we're starting to get a decent layout here. This one's a little more challenging than I would like, but it is what it is. All right, so this one here, I think I'm going to throw a minigun here. The miniguns are effective against some of these. I think the armored they're effective against. Yeah, so the armored and the healers, so we can kind of get things coming and going on these. I'm going to put a minigun up here or here. I don't have any snipers over here, so let's throw a sniper here and here maybe. Or one more venom before it comes through here. That's a pretty decent amount of space left. I'm going to throw a venom there. Some of the venoms are going to be worthless over here, and that's okay. But for the most part, I think we'll be okay. Maybe a sniper here too. This one's platform is rotation. I'm going to put one more of these. This one I'm putting a minigun. This is projectile speed. I'm wondering if I just do something like, the problem here is that we get greens coming out of here too. So I don't want to go too bonkers over these splashes. So maybe I throw like a basic in here somewhere just to try and go after the greens a little bit more. Then let's put a minigun there. Okay, so everything's laid out here. Let's work on our map, freeze map a little bit and just do some upgrades for experience. Let's freeze things a little bit. Okay, and I know I have more freezing over this way, but hopefully we can extend this freezing a little bit over here. If I need to, I can sell some things. I'm going to get the snipers upgraded next just to get some distance here. And also I need to pay attention to, where the flyers die. I think flyers might be one of our bigger challenges here simply because I don't have a lot of flying stuff out, but I think there's enough out there to deal with all of these things, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get some of these venoms upgraded. Not everything's going to be super effective on this map simply because there's, each of these lanes are kind of diametrically opposed to each other. Another thing I'm noticing is I only have one of these towers out. I think I'm going to kill this venom and go with another one of these multi-shots. And I might have to rearrange some other things there just to keep some stuff alive. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and increase the speed a little bit. And then we'll watch like how many times. I'm going to sell this one and put this one out again. I definitely wanted to keep more of. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff dead now. Okay, let's slow it down again. I'm going to work through the freeze map just a little bit. A lot going on here. Sorry for a little bit of concentration here. I just want to get everything kind of upgraded a little bit. So everything's level 2s up here. I'm going to upgrade these splashes a little bit. They seem to be doing okay with these toxics. The splash is kind of nice because the toxics starts regenerating when it hasn't been hit for a while. So those splashes definitely deal out the hits. They got a lot of bullets flying around. So if it's at least getting hit, every once in a while, you end up, doing pretty good, keeping them from doing the regeneration. Okay, we're starting to get things a little bit farther down. Okay, we got our second star. I'm taking this a little slow, but let's see if we can upgrade both of these colds. Upgrade these guys. Up here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to slow it down again. We have a bunch of upgrades. Now, these guys are starting to make it a little farther. Upgrade this guy. All right, upgrades. Yes, we got this one here. You definitely want all your upgrades to be active because you want them to, take effect, right? You want them to be earning that extra ability power and using it effectively. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit more. So we have 141. Our cold map is not all that impressive, but maybe we'll work on a little bit here. I'm not sure if it's wise to have this basic tower here, but I'm going to put some points into it and just see if we can use that against the greens a little bit. I think the greens are going to be not our bane, but it's going to be fairly challenging for this route here, depending on how many greens get thrown at us. Pay attention a little bit to that. Here, got some sniper action. I'm going to try and go through and upgrade these snipers. Okay, snipers are all 3. Let's grab this cannon. This venom will be our last upgrade down here. That's a 3. I think I'm going to work through some of these splash towers here. And if we can, let's slow it down again. Just a lot of upgrades here to take care of. I'm going to upgrade somewhere up here now. All right, let's upgrade these splashes to level 3. This guy here. All right, we can make that a little faster. Let's see how far these strongs get. I think all of our snipers are level 3. I think I want to slow things down in the middle here again if I can. Got to save up for that though. I think ultimately this was a pretty good spot for these freezing towers. Having that extra push with the power addition. I'm going to have to start watching these. These healers are really tough. I'm going to use a fireball maybe. No, I'm good. Here. Anything left on level 2? I don't think so. All right, so we got the cannon. I'm going to make that larger radius there. This one. All right, let's see. I remember these toughs are the ones that end up sneaking through first. We've got our 3 gold stars, so I'm not as concerned anymore. I was a little concerned because these guys are new. Go ahead and freeze that there. That was very effective. Okay, so let's see how far we can get on the levels. Let's see. It's pretty effective. Set that as a kind of an assassin one. Spend some money. I'll go ahead and throw a miner in. It's really late, but just getting some mining out of this might be okay. I don't think we're going to get super far. But we might get some mining out of it. We'll have to check it here in a little bit as long as we keep surviving. I think one of the keys to our survival here is going to be using some of the abilities. I'm going to throw upgrades on these venoms. Hopefully the venoms can help, keep things going here a little longer. Now, like I said, the venoms aren't, as effective because there's going to be some dead zones here. You can also see how I had spoken earlier about these guys being the first ones to sneak through, and here we are. They're going to definitely be sneaking through here. Yeah. But we're killing quite a few of them, so we took a little bit of damage, but not too bad. Let's see if I can get these. Okay, all of our freezing towers are up to level 4 now. Let's see if we can get both of these upgraded to 5s. There's a lot of real estate to cover here. I kind of sacrificed a bit up here where there's not freezes in place, but we're heavily frozen here when they do sneak through, so there's a potential to kind of snag them right when they get through. We did meet another wave there. Let's see if we can upgrade this guy. It's on our list here. Okay, so we got the money spent. So money spent, playing time, and we just got through the 82 level of the questing. So we're going to start taking more damage unless we use more abilities, but it's okay. I don't think I'm going to use a ton of abilities unless we get close to that 91. If we get to like 89, I'll start throwing a bunch of abilities down and see what we can do. What do we want to improve here? I think this guy's going to earn us gold. These are cheap. So you kind of got to take your picks there. I'm going to go ahead and freeze and see if we can get past this level. The green, like I said, the greens are probably going to be more of the challenging. I didn't realize green comes out of this one too. That's okay. Here's another one of these venom ones. Let's see if we can get this going. I'm going to freeze it again. I know I said I kind of wasn't going to do that, but changed my mind a little bit. It looks like we might be able to get through, but no, those venoms are starting to push through. This looks like a pretty hefty amount of stuff that's going to probably squeak through. Yeah, it's all right. I just want to make sure we get the 3 gold stars. I don't think we're going to get too much further here. So I did that late mining. Let's see how many of these we got. So we did get 44. I mean, that's not terrible for what we had going on. And we're probably going to die here from these venoms here. Or toxics, sorry, not the venom. So tempted to just use it, but I think we're just going to end up ending it here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we did a pretty deep run there. We got our 3 stars. 88 is really good for a first time through. We didn't use all of our abilities. We probably could have snuck out to 91 and dumped all the abilities, but you know, we'll definitely rerun these maps. So it's not like you have to push super far. But that was pretty good. I like that one. Let's see. Back on the tree here. Yeah, so let's check research first. So on this tree, I think I am to just hold out 3 more points for this mining. And then we did get, this is what I was wanting to see. So this, I think we needed 4 point opened. So just opened 4.5. Now we can invest in this. So you can see as you move up here, these effects are very powerful. So this particular one, getting plus 5% range on everything is insane. So you definitely want to do it. And then let's check out the next one. So the next one is a star. So this one's actually open right now. It's just we don't have enough materials. We'll have to go grab that. And then this one is opened 5.1, right? Yeah, so this one's available for us to use once we get enough ore. And then we got to get all the way to opening 5.1 to get our last mining open. So this last mining is this Infiar, and that's the teal ones that you see out there. So once you have this open, you have all of your ores open, and that's when you start developing much farther into these trees. You can only go so far with them because then you start requiring tickets, and you start requiring the heavier, you know, ores. So we could get into something like this, but I think here we need to do quite a few updates to this power. Let's try it on the sniper here. So power, so you can see, and I'm already out of the ore again. So I need to get more ore here for us to progress that. Speaking of, let's check our chests. Let's open these. Not going to bother to kind of show everything on those. There's just 2 of them. We do have a purple we can go after here. Nice. That was a good one. And that was not so good. That's okay. You know, that's what we're doing. So when I get the teal open, then I'm more likely to open up this orange chest and the cyan chest. So we would have 4 of these to open and 3 of these to open at the moment, at least within keys. I have a few more teal and a few more of these. So we have quite quite a good amount of materials that'll be coming out of all this stuff once we get that open. So we'll keep working our way through the stage 4. So far, so good. This next one, this one's fairly challenging, but I think we're far enough ahead on the research tree. I've rerun things that we should be able to work our way through this one as well. This particular map, the challenge was managing all of the towers. There's so many towers, and you kind of need to take your time with it at points in time, get everything upgraded, go back. Something I've seen in the past, I've done in the past on maps like this, is you look for kind of these empty spaces here, and instead of putting a tower there, you put one of the modules that increases an effect on one of the towers there. So you can certainly do that and see if that helps you more. Like here's a good one because you would impact these 2 towers that have bonuses in the same year. So we'll go back and try that maybe as we work our way through. All I really wanted to do is make sure we get our 3 gold stars here. Anyways, I hope everybody had a good time hanging out. And like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing with Infinitode. If you're playing on your phone, your PC, it's a completely free game. Give it a shot. Take care.